Hello, everyone. This is David, Fairly Secret Music. This is my first actual video about music CDs in probably 2 months or something like that. So I decided I would do a video on three recent box sets. Well, technically four recent box sets that I picked up that couldn't be more different. I will just do them in order. So, first one is Jethro Tull's Stormwatch. Shoot, I forgot to set up the thing to hold said thing, so bear with me here. I'd like it up higher, but there we go. So, Stormwatch is the last album that Jethro Tull did in the 70s, and they really, I think, went out in the 70s in a bang, because I really like this album. The first two songs are fantastic, and again, with this set, you get you get two CDs of studio, one the album remixed, and then kind of associated recordings, outtakes. And then right here, originally these were where the DVDs were. This is disc 1 of the live show, and then you have disc 2 of the live show, and then there are two DVDs, the whole album in 5.1, and of course associated recordings. Let's see, and those are all audio only, of course, which is fine by me. And you get, again, a just ginormous book full of lyrics and liner notes and photos, 93 pages. So this is some of the stuff in it. This is the last album with Barrymore Barlow, David, who later would be known as D. Palmer, John Evans. Those three would no longer be part of Jethro Tull after this. This was the last album that John Glasscock played on. He died of heart problems while they were on tour, I believe. And Ian Anderson did most of the bass playing on this album, so pretty awesome. Stormwatch, this is the 40th anniversary Force 10 edition. And then next is, wow, I don't know if this will even fit in the shot. Might have to hold it back here. My Dying Bride, Harvest of Dread. This is a 5-disc box set, and each CD is mounted to the front and back covers, and it's nice. They have this little plastic thing, which is a lot better than those other goofy ones where it's kind of a soft thing. These are harder plastic, and they hold the CDs in better. So you have disc 1 and 2 have select choices by Andrew and Aaron, and there are 2 pages in this where they talk about every song that they chose. So those are the last 2 pages of a, I believe, 92-page booklet. And then you get disc 3, 4, and 5 on the back, and disc 3 has the Towards the Sinister demo from 1991, the God is Alone 7-inch, the Unreleased Bitterness 7-inch, the Collector's Cub 7-inch, Angel in the Dark River early production demos, Angel in the Dark River instrumental album recording, which is an instrumental version of Cry of Mankind. Disc 4 has Like the Gods of the Sun demos, 37 or 34.778% complete early production demos, and additional rarities, which they had the Child of Eternity, which was on the Deeper Down EP, Scarborough Fair, which is on the Bring Me Victory EP, Failure from the Bring Me Victory EP, and the Hollow Cathedra, which is the additional track from Feel the Misery album sessions, which they ended up giving to Decibel to put on one of those flexi discs. And then disc 5 is Live at Rock Noise from 97. It is 8 songs of them live. I just got done reading this, and it's awesome. It gives you a history of the band, a history of where they recorded, how they recorded, and who they recorded with, and kind of thoughts about album to album, and how people came and or left and sometimes came back to the fold. There's a foreword by Thomas Gabriel Warrior from Celtic Frost, which is pretty bad. There's a picture of all the album releases and singles, a list of the current members, and then all the past and present members, and then a ton of photos. I don't know. There we go. Here, I'll just move over. There is a video, an unboxing video, that shows every page of this, but there are a lot of interviews specifically for this book. They will have parts of interviews from, like, Aaron talking to Terrorizer in 94, a lot of band photos, a lot of personal band photos. It's really awesome, well worth getting, especially if you were a My Dying Bride fan. And to give you an idea of size difference, where is a good CD to use? Like, that's the size of a regular CD. I think this is basically the same size as vinyl. I'm not sure, though, because I don't have a record next to me. I think it's a little smaller. But yes, well worth getting. And the last two things I have here are from the same artist. I've always thought that I was kind of missing out by not owning anything by this artist, and every time I would find a used disc, I would think, maybe it's the time to get, but the other day I decided it was time to break down and get Kate Bush. So I started looking into used discs, and I found a couple used. Oh, I'm so irritated that... There we go. So we will go like this. Nope, that doesn't work. That does not work. It would be nice if it could just stick like that. But I started looking into used used discs by her. I listened to a few and decided, yes, it is time to um, get them. And the record store that I was at the time had this one for 95 and this one, which is remastered part 2, for 125. And I thought, that's a lot of money to spend on stuff. And like when I look at certain things, and I was kind of on the I was on the fence of whether I was going to buy it locally in the store. I could have got this for $20 cheaper on Amazon, but I needed it in my grubby paws that day. Um, but I looked at Kate Bush stuff on Amazon, and these two box sets were 60 and $62, so like a $90 savings. I think I got both of them with tax for 130 with free shipping. And now the one that was 62 has dropped down to 53. So if you're kind of like, well, should I buy those? The cool thing with Kate Bush is I only have, I think, the Red Shoes album, which I think I got for free. I didn't even remember having it because I got it with a bunch of other stuff. And I don't even know when I got it. I just never got around to listening to it. So I thought, it's time to give her a spot in my CD collection. And I was on the fence still because that's, still quite a bit of money to spend on an artist that you would basically be new to. And I listened to a bunch more songs, actually watched a few interviews with her, and then listened to a few more songs. And she has a song called Breathing, which basically sealed the deal, especially because of the fretless bass playing on there. So, what do you get in the Kate Bush Remastered Part 1 box? Well, it comes with this. It's kind of a slip case. The nice thing with this is if you accidentally pick it up, you have time to catch this before it falls. Unlike the John Lennon one, where if you pick it up like this, it just goes shoop and slides straight out the bottom. Let's see. I'll just put that there. So with this, you get all of her albums remastered. This came on the back, so you get all that stuff. You get all of her albums remastered. She uses this cover rather than one where it's just a portrait of herself. I like this cover better because the other covers just looked like they were trying to cash in on, hey, look at Kate Bush is pretty. And she has a record company now called Fish People, and you'll see it says Fish People on all these discs. I'm not going to show you every disc. And the Fish People artwork. And I know a lot of people complain about this artwork. I think it's pretty awesome, and if Kate Bush likes it, then why should I complain about it? There are people that are out there that I've watched a couple unboxings of these, and they constantly complain about half of the stuff, and half, I get it because they've already purchased all the Kate Bush stuff before. With me, this is all new to me, so I'm like, cool, I got all of her stuff for $130. That's 19 CDs or 12 albums worth. A couple of them are 3 and 4 CD sets. So each booklet has lyrics like this, which is awesome because all the used versions of the older CDs that I had seen didn't have any lyrics to speak of, which they were just minimal artwork at best. So each of them comes with a booklet like that. A lot of people were complaining because she doesn't have bonus tracks on these albums, which I am totally fine with because I want to hear the albums the way they were originally released with the tracks that were on them. Let me move that. So you get Lionheart. This is the first 7 studio albums in this box. Never Ever. Never Forever, sorry. The Dreaming, which is also said to be her most experimental album. Lots of awesome fretless bass playing on that. Hounds of Love. The Red Shoes. And by the way, each of these also comes, this is the layout of each of them. So these are a Uniform and Sensual World. These are all Uniform in this first box set. And I know people have complained about the second box set not being Uniform because all of the CDs are kind of different. So it's cool. The top of the other one has fish people. And if you look really closely, this is not just a bird in the water. It is a guy with a bird mask on. But I like this artwork. I think it's pretty cool. So this is remastered part 2. And what you get in here is the 2-disc album Aerial. And apparently this is the same format that Aerial was in when it originally got released. And people have also said that the remastering, this one also comes with a big booklet they have to pull out on the side, so be careful not to rip these. They have said that the remastering is not all that noticeable. I would much rather have remastering that's not noticeable, that makes the album still sound good, than something that is brick-walled to hell. Let's see. This one also had this on the back. I had to cut the top of them so that I could put these in the boxes, but I didn't want to throw that out or fold it in half. Now this one comes with a hard booklet, and this is just 1 disc. It is reworkings of songs from The Red Shoes and Sensual World. And there are no liner notes or booklets other than the lyric booklets or what originally came in these. This one is also another hardcover. I know people complain because this came out so soon. Like, this came out in 2016, and the remastered box sets came out in 2018. Whether or not this one actually got remastered is beyond my knowledge. I don't really care, because I'm assuming that it was mastered well the first time. And so the complaint that there aren't bonus tracks on each studio album is kind of silly, because you get the other sides, which is 4 discs, and of these 4 discs, you get the 12-inch mixes, Other Side 1, Other Side 2, and In Other Words. So I believe Other Side 1 and Other Side 2 are all of the B-sides from all of her singles. I'm not 100% sure, so correct me if I'm wrong. And In Other Words, I think, are all the cover songs she has done. So these are essentially all the bonus tracks that would have been on those albums. I like the fact that she didn't include them on the studio albums. So the studio albums are still the exact same way that they were originally released. And the cool thing with all of these CDs is they have released them individually in the same format that I have just shown you. So let's say this thing got demolished and just was unusable, and this thing was just in pieces or burnt or whatever. I could go out, rebuy this, and put it back in the box set, and it wouldn't be any different because they even have barcodes on them. So I think that is pretty awesome, because nothing's worse than, you know, you have a box set and that's the only way you can get that version of the CD. So 2 Kate Bush box sets, some Tull, and some My Dying Bride. How much different can my listening pleasures be? Huh? All right, take it easy.